The third step is designing what your campaign will look like. And your campaign will actually exist of two different pages. First of all, the opt-in page. That's where people can enter their name and email address, or just their email address, for example. And then secondly, after they've done that, they're being forwarded or redirected to the second page, which is the share page. And that's where we incentivize people like, hey, share this with all of your friends, or take these certain types of custom actions as we spoke about in the previous video. Now in this video, I'm going to show you how to do that. So because I've already selected a template before, there's already a page set up. If there wouldn't be, let me just delete it. Then you would actually get the option to pick any of the templates that we have right here. So for example, let's say I want to go for this template, and that will bring me to the editor. And the editor is fully drag and drop, so you can customize it as you see fit. For example, if you want to add a certain text in, you just drag that on top of, boop, and there you go, and you can start typing right here. Now there's a couple of things that will be good to know. For example, in this template right here, there's two columns. You see an image here on the left and text here on the right. Okay? In case you want to change that, you can click here, you see right now, and there's certain options on the right. And in case you don't see these options, in case I would select any of the elements right here, like for example text, I would then see the options for the text itself. So I can change the text, for example. So in case you want to see and change it to one column design, that's also possible. I would click right here, somewhere like not on an image, for example, but like on a blank area. And I would say, there we go, one column, or maybe three columns if that's what I prefer. So that just to demonstrate that you could make this as you see fit, right? You can just move things around. Again, like maybe we want to have the image on the right, so I'll just move that to the right, and boom, there we go. You could also add, for example, a Facebook opt-in button, and that means that instead of people entering their name and email address themselves, they will have to click this button, which will bring them to Facebook. They can connect to their Facebook account, and you'll get their Facebook verified email address. Let's say I just want to delete that. Now, I don't want to go too much in detail in this very video, but there's one thing that I think will be useful for you to know, and that is that let's say you want to collect other data, or maybe less data instead of just the name and email address. If you click on the opt-in form and you scroll down a little bit, you'll see what we call the input fields. For example, you could add a custom field. You could say like, hey, I actually also want to have the phone number, which is going to be, you know, maybe a number. And I'll just call it a phone number, for example. You can even make it required or make it optional. Let's say it's required, right? Boom. Now we can collect someone's phone number as well. But maybe, hey, just like the other ones, I maybe want to show an icon. Let me just edit that real quick. I want to show an icon. Let me just see if I can find something which looks like a phone. Save. Boom. That looks a lot better, doesn't it? And once you're happy with your page, you can then exit the editor. Don't forget to save first. And then we're going to move on and create the second page, which is your share page. So I'm going to edit this page right here. I'm going to click on edit template, which will again bring me back to the editor. And on this page, you'll see there's a couple different elements that you can choose from. Before, on the first page, we already were able to add text and images and videos and things like that. But here you have a couple different options as well. For example, a link. And that is going to be the unique invite link that every person gets. Right here, you'll see a placeholder, but every single time someone would join your campaign, they would automatically see their own unique invite link in this very element. In this case, I'm going to delete it because I've already added it right here below, as you can see. Same thing for social. Those are the social buttons that you see right here. Boom. Again, I'm going to delete it because it's already on the page, as you can see right here. So on this element, on this block, you can choose which buttons are actually visible, right? For example, we just added follow us on YouTube in one of the previous videos. I can decide to either show that or hide it as I see fit, or maybe just show certain networks, again, as I see fit, or even change the order as well as I see fit. In case you want to change the number of points, then go back outside of the editor and edit it where you first were. There's a couple other things here as well that you can do. For example, you could show the incentives as well. So all the incentives that people can unlock will be shown, and their progress will be shown here as well for each unique person. So every person will see how many points they have and how far they are along to actually unlock that reward. And as soon as they can unlock it, the button, this lock will be unlocked and they will be able to access their reward. This is completely optional because, again, you can also send out emails as well, so you don't have to show this on your page, but you could. We do have a couple different designs for it. For example, if you choose grid layout, it looks slightly different, as you can see. And then last but not least, we have the leaderboard. If you want to show the order where people are at, if you want to let people compete with one another to see like, hey, where am I at? Like, how many points does anyone have? So you can choose to do that as well. And just like any other element, there's a couple of things you can actually decide on. For example, maybe you will make it smaller, or you can decide how many you want to show, like for example, 10 or 20 or 30 people. That's all up to you. So, and just like on the previous page, anything is fully drag and drop. You can customize it as you see fit, and that's how you design your 2 pages.